All right, keeping it pushing. Shout out to everybody watching Woodward Sports Network all weekend long. My name is Neil Rule, in for four-time Stanley Cup champion. He is the man himself, Flannel Sam. Don't worry, we're going to get to the J-Mo thing. Stick is sitting in. Why not, man? Absolutely, why not?
I was sitting out there just watching and listening. I'm like,
just jump in, man.
It's Victory Monday.
It's a Victory Monday.
I was going to boot Flannel from the show altogether, since he already had his shot on the morning show. I was like, I need to get my opinion out there. But
you do. No, absolutely. Great work yesterday on the Lions post-game show, which had
so fun.
Thousands of you watching.
At like 2 a.m.
On a Sunday.
On a Sunday night. Before work. What do you people do for a living?
Don't you work? Thousands of people. Yeah. For all the new people here, we appreciate you tapping into Woodward Sports Network. Spencer Raxter's in the building.
Hello.
The heavyweights, 5 to 7. Shout out the heavyweights. Silent Mike is here, aren't you, Silent Mike? Exactly. There you go. It's a well-earned nickname, everybody. Silent Mike. And we'll get Silent Mike's take on some stuff later.
What a week for KG to take off, right? Respect to KG. Appreciate all the hard work. Week 1 of Lions season? Yeah. You're not going to be here for Victory Monday?
That's tough. And
it's tough. Flannel's like, I'm doing all the shows.
No, it's all right. KG, if you were here, you would have shined today, and you're going to shine in a later week.
Yeah.
No, we're going to have plenty of Victory Mondays to celebrate.
But you had all summer.
Yeah. For sure.
You had off season.
All right. Robert Colosia. And look, guys, I do this here. I include the chat on this show. Hell, you guys program the show sometimes. And I can tell by what you're talking about here, we didn't have this on the show sheet. I never thought about it. But Flannel, we're a show of the people.
Absolutely.
We don't get all the bells and whistles that some of the other shows do, but guess what? We don't need them. We got the people. And that's how we roll. Robert Colosia. Neil, can we talk about the game-tying drive everybody's ignored where Goff stepped up on that? I'm Finsta. And we're going to right now because it dovetails nicely into our guy ETN, who says anybody who watched that game and thinks Goff was better than Stafford is smoking crack. And so here's the thing that I want to come back to on this, because let's discuss it. Did Goff play well by Goff standards last night? He did not. You know who'd be the first one to tell you that?
Himself.
Jared Goff will be the first one to tell you that. But here's where I know for me and for a lot of people, the Stafford thing is over. When he got the ball back, there was never a doubt for me. Never. When he got this, there was a seminal moment last night. Even through last season and what he's done since he's been here, I never for a second thought when Jared Goff got the ball back at the end that they weren't going to win, that he wasn't going to take them down the field and at least get the game tied, at the very least get the game tied, extend the game. Not for a second, Flannel, did I think he wasn't going to get that done. And that is a big moment here in this town. And if you did have doubt about that, then you're being a hater. I don't know what else to tell you.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, I had no doubt that when the Rams had the ball up 20-17, that the Lions would make the stop and they would get the ball back to allow said game-tying drive. And it's funny how it works, because the Lions had just blown a 17-3 lead. It wasn't looking good at that moment. Jared Goff did throw an uncharacteristic interception. Like I said, a 17-3 lead all of a sudden turns into a 20-17 deficit. The Rams have the ball. It's looking pretty bleak. They even pick up a first down. But the way that this defense, even last year when they were poor in a lot of ways, and even this year when they allowed a lot of passing yards, they always tend to get the timely stop. And of course, when they get the ball back, yeah, I had full confidence. Jared Goff stepped up and made an excellent throw to Sam Laporta, which was aided by a 15-yard penalty, and all of a sudden, you're right smack dab in the middle of field goal range. And at that point, I thought they might score a go-ahead touchdown, but all they needed to do was extend the game, take it to overtime, and never let the Rams get the ball back, and that is exactly what they did. But that was a great throw by Goff to Sam Laporta. Great route by Laporta, too.
No, and it was. And again, they just punched them in the face and took their lunch money at the end of that football game. And that's what it was. So, just from that standpoint for me is never for a second. Like it wasn't even a question to me that he wasn't going to get it done. I never even considered that outcome.
Yep.
Never even considered it.
And that's what multiple years of really good quarterback play will do. earn the trust of the fans, and usually Jared Goff gets the job done. And like I said before, usually, not all the time, the defense gets the timely stop or allows the timely field goal instead of touchdown to keep the Lions in the game. And you saw that as well. And you saw Jared Goff, despite having a stretch where it was looking a little rough, despite the fact that he was facing more pressure than I thought that he would. I thought the pass protection had some struggles. When it was time to go down and tie the game, they got the drive. Jared Goff made the throw. They were helped out by a penalty, of course, but you still had to get the 18-yard throw in order to get said penalty. And they still would have kicked the game-tying field goal even if there wasn't a helmet-to-helmet.
And even the interception that he threw, that's a pass that is completed 70% of the time to Amon-Ra St. Brown.
That was a hell of a play.
It was a 50-50 ball. Amon-Ra St. Brown lost the air battle for it. They both collided at the same time, but we've seen that for the past 2 years. How many times does he squeeze that ball in that tight window to Amon-Ra St. Brown? So even that interception, to me, wasn't like an egregious, oh my God, he misread the coverage, like Stafford's interception, where you see the safety over the middle just freelancing, and he's just like, you know what? Screw it. Here you go, Kirby Joseph. So when Goff made a mistake, it was even an aggressive, understandable mistake.
Well, and to piggyback off of that, I was shocked that John Johnson III had that in him. That was a hell of a break. That was a hell of a catch to hold on to that ball. And I think I talked maybe a little bit of smack on the watch party, how John Johnson III it's not 2018 anymore. I don't fear him at all. And he made a hell of a play. Sometimes that's just how it works in life. But you know what? We can accentuate the positives because the Lions got the victory.
It says I'm simping for Goff. I'm the biggest Goff simp there is, and all it's done is prove me to be smarter than everybody who's doubted him.
It's not simping, it's dealing in fact.
But to these morons who want to convince me that he's not good, it's simping.
Here's the bottom line. Jared Goff has taken you as a Lions fans to heights you have never been in your life before, to the point where it was expected for them to win that football game. Yeah. That's the biggest compliment that I can give Jared Goff right now.
Super Bowl expectations. Ever had that with any other quarterback on this team?
No. Anybody? No, and that's it. That's it. That's the highest compliment I can give him. That us as Lions fans,
we have expectations.
Expected to win the football game, and then went and did it. Despite what the Rams wanted. It did not matter what they wanted.
It doesn't matter. And you kept saying that while we were watching it. It doesn't matter that we're going to run the ball.
Doesn't matter.
We're going to run the ball. And they went away from it, it seemed like, in the middle of the game for some reason. They were just like, all right, we're done punching these guys so hard. They saved it for overtime. But when you see guys like, what's Travis Kelce's brother? Jason Kelce. Yeah. When you see his tweets, like, my God, that last drive, I'm going to be up till 4 a.m. My adrenaline's pumping. Like, Neil, you're a professional game caller, right? You do it for Oakland. When you hear an incredible call, it gets you fired up because that's your craft.
Usually
when
Kevin
Jason
Harlan,
Kelce sees an offensive line dominate to that level where he's going out to the public and being like, I am jacked up, it shows you that it's beyond simps like me thinking it's good. It's the guys that are Hall of Famers watching this and saying, damn, that is what football's supposed to be. And it's here in Detroit.
Nope, absolutely. Steve O'Baby, you may be baiting me here, Steve. Neil, did you hear the Lions fans giving Matthew Stafford a standing ovation before the game? Is that true?
It was mixed. There were boos and applause.
Yeah.
They were cutting through the cameras and be like one guy standing applauding, go to the next guy and be like, boom. It was a mix, I would say.
I'll tell you what, he didn't feel comfortable there when game time stared. There were a couple of false starts.
He didn't look comfortable in the postgame either.
No, he did not.
He looked salty, bro. And good for you.
And the funny thing is, too, and I know we talked about it a bit before the show, Matthew Stafford has never been one to thrive in that environment. He was the king of for so many years. But when he's facing opposition, when Detroit is now opposition media, he hasn't exactly carried himself and presented himself in the most flattering light. I'll just say that. It's not for everybody. Public speaking is not for everybody, and Matthew Stafford is one of those people.